All right, the last thing that I need to talk to you about, and I guess we're going to kind of get serious. We've got some changes, some big changes coming up and happening here on the MacCast. And this is going to be, I think, a little bit difficult for me to talk about. It might be a little bit difficult for you to hear because this is a really big change. And I think anybody who's been listening to the podcast for a long time and has noticed recently that the schedule has become a little bit sporadic, more infrequent, and probably have been wondering what's going on. I've tried to kind of explain as much as possible without really, I hadn't made any decisions, I guess, related to this. And a lot of this comes down to just the current environment, what's happening in my life, and just things that I've been struggling with emotionally and mentally when it comes to this show, this community, and the podcast. And I guess the best way to do this is probably just pull the Band-Aid off. I'm announcing that I am going to be ending the MacCast as you know it. I'm planning the last MacCast episode to be December 13th, 2023. That's actually going to be 19 years to the day that I launched the first show, so it actually is a significant date. But yeah, this is really hard for me to tell you and the community. But the reasons for this are a lot of the same reasons why I recently uprooted my family and moved from California here to South Dakota. I'm looking to make changes in my life to focus more on my family, on my community, and just other things that I want to do. I have been doing the MacCast for 19 years. I absolutely love it. I love this community. I'd love to be continuing to do it for forever, but the reality is that it takes a lot of time and effort. I've talked about this occasionally. I don't think a lot of people know that, it's a lot of research. It's a lot of time invested, and I do this all myself. So I am the host, the producer, the promoter, I have all of the hats that I have to wear. And most of that came out of necessity because I was one of the first to do this. And there was nobody to partner with. There was no other people. So I've always done a solo podcast, and everything sort of falls on me to put this show together. So sorry if this is a little rough. I'm just speaking off the cuff. I don't have a lot of notes around this. This is just all stuff that's been swirling around in my head for a long time. And the thing is I don't want to completely, and what I've been struggling with emotionally is I don't want to completely give this up. I love it. I love this community. I love you. I appreciate the 19 years of dedication and support that you have given me, and I want to honor that, and I want to still be involved with this community. It's just I'm to the point where I've come to the realization it's not at this level. I can't, this is not sustainable for me, for what I want to do, for my family, for the future. It's just been a lot. And again, I'm trying to simplify. A few years back, I had to go back to a full-time day job. So for 19 years, more or less, I've been working 3 jobs to support my family. And with this move, I'm now in a place where that's not required anymore. I don't have to do all of those things. And so ultimately, it's time for a change. And luckily for me, and I hope for you, this the community kind of came to my rescue in this little bit of dilemma. So for years and years and years, I've done a lot of things with Dave Hamilton, both at the Mac Observer and with Mac Geek Gab and with some other endeavors. We've been friends for about as long as I've been doing this. I think I probably met him in my second or third year of podcasting. I'd have to go back and remember. But we've been working together, and he's been a great confidant. And, I kind of took this struggle to him, and he came up with a great idea, because if you know Mac Geek Gab, they recently had some changes of their own, and there is an opportunity for me to join that show. So that's what I am going to be doing. I'm going to be moving over to Mac Geek Gab. I'm going to be a co-host, so I'm going to be still a part of this community. That show is very much, to me, in the same vein as the MacCast, so I'm not really changing sort of what I do, other than it's not going to fall everything on me to do all aspects of the show. I'm going to have help. It's going to be easier to just show up and talk about this stuff with the community. I know a number of you are already part of that community. If you're not, please subscribe to Mac Geek Gab if you're not already. That way you can continue to get my take on the latest happenings and goings-ons in the Apple and Mac community. I am incredibly grateful and thankful to Dave for offering up the opportunity, because again, I don't want to just abandon this. I love this. I absolutely do love this. It's just I'm looking toward the future. I'm not getting any younger. If you've met me, I'm looking for retirement at some point. And again, just trying to simplify and get to a place where I can be happy again with doing this. And I think this is going to be the path forward. And I understand that maybe many of you are going to be disappointed or upset, but again, I think this is just it's time, and I'm going to be moving on. And I just hope you understand. But I think this is going to be the best thing for me moving forward and give me a great opportunity. So sorry if I've been rambling on. I wanted to get this out. It's been something, it's just going to be a weight off my shoulders right now. It's something that, I have a lot of emotions about, and I'll be processing those. But, again, I cannot thank you enough for all your support and dedication over the years. And I look forward to more of that, just in a different place. So please subscribe over there if you want to keep going with me. I understand if you decide it's your time to move on as well. I'm sure some of you are going to go that route also, but I do hope you join me over at Mac Geek Gab, macgeekgab.com, and Mac Geek Gab on all your favorite podcast apps. So check it out there. Like I said, we still have a month of shows here going on the MacCast. If you're a Patreon supporter and wonder what's going on there, I'm going to be pausing that. So that will be ending and sunsetting as well. I plan to put out a post over there in the next couple days. So look for that, just explaining things. And yeah, thank you for your support.